I guess they're running it back. This seems to be the next fight for the bantamweight title. Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili 2. Dana White just hinted at it after the UFC Seattle card, and I am very confused. I'm not necessarily complaining because I think Sean O'Malley's a super entertaining fight style, and I think that he should be in big fights, but I just don't think that it makes a whole lot of sense for the rest of the division and the integrity of title shots and the division for O'Malley to be going straight back into a title shot. He's not a Conor type of star. So in this video, we're going to be talking about their first fight, which was relatively uncompetitive, and Dana White announcing, kind of not announcing, but hinting at that being the next fight for the bantamweight title. So stick around to hear my thoughts. I'm Wyatt. This is Fight Society. Before we get into the video, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. All that good YouTube stuff really helps me out a lot. If you want access to bonus content like members-only live streams and you want to support the channel even further, become a channel member via the link in the description of this video or the join button on our channel homepage. Thank you very much. Back to the video. Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili fought for the bantamweight strap at UFC 306, also titled UFC Noche, which was the Sphere event on Mexican Independence Day weekend that had a bunch of, Hispanic fighters, but the main event was O'Malley versus Dvalishvili. Sean O'Malley essentially didn't show up that night. He had a couple of good moments towards the end of the fight with a front kick to the body on Merab where he maybe could have got a finish, but overall a really weak showing for Sean O'Malley in what would have been his second defense of his bantamweight title after winning the belt against Aljamain Sterling and defending against Chito Vera at 299. Now, here's what Dana had to say after the UFC Seattle event. It seems that Dana is pretty sold on making this rematch happen, although O'Malley has 0 wins and 0 fights since that, and there's been other fighters get big wins in the bantamweight division. Peter Yan got a win over Davison Figueiredo at UFC Macau. A lot of people say he should be getting the next shot. There's a lot of people saying that O'Malley, like me, I've been saying O'Malley should fight Sandhagen or Aldo or Cejudo. Either a great stylistic matchup like Sandhagen or the other two guys that are big names. But this is what Dana White had to say.
In terms of the bantamweight division, Sean O'Malley looking likely to rematch Merab, right? And we just got the Sandhagen announcement too. I'm kind of curious how that matchmaking came to be. Was the idea always, again, I don't think the O'Malley one is official yet, right? But we're leaning towards that. How did we get there with so many different options? I think for Sean O'Malley, we could have done maybe an Aldo possibility. There's, especially with him, so many options. How did the bantamweight division shake?
They want to fight each other. I think people want to see it.
So there we have it. We also have a reference to Jose Aldo there, who I'll make a separate video about. He just got a really, really weird fight announcement against Ayman Zahabi. Just like the total disrespect towards Aldo since he came back to the UFC is fucking crazy. But I'll break that down in a separate video. And then Sandhagen versus Davison Figueiredo is going to be the main event of UFC Des Moines, Iowa in May. And then you also have Mario Batista versus Chito Vera on that card. The only person really that's not booked at the top of the division right now is Sean O'Malley and Peter Yan. A lot of people thought they were maybe going to fight each other or that one of them was going to get a title shot. It's looking like O'Malley's going to get a title shot and Peter Yan is going to have to do something else or wait out or, I don't know, like Cejudo or something like that. There's not a lot of options for Peter Yan given how many ranked guys he's beaten, how highly he's ranked. Like they can't just have him fight like Kyler Phillips or something like that. He's not, Sean O'Malley got to do something like that, but not everybody's getting that sort of treatment. So we're getting O'Malley versus Merab 2. I know that like the Full Send fans and like the Nelk Boys fans and all that really like Sean O'Malley. And don't get me wrong, I really like Sean O'Malley as well. I think he's got an entertaining fight style. I think that his personality is lacking, but he's got a look and he's got a great fight style for a champion. Okay. I'd much rather see the fight style that O'Malley has on a good night as champion than Merab. Okay. I mean, it's just obvious. I mean, my distaste for Merab's fighting style has been documented very clearly on this channel. I've been warming up to Merab quite a bit as a person, but his fight style is still dog shit. So O'Malley getting an opportunity at the belt, obviously undeserved. He got totally dominated with a few good moments in their first fight. And then he sat out. I think he got surgery on his hip and then he sat out and then boom, another title shot, which is really confusing. But it's just interesting when you look at the UFC rankings and you just see the way that the entire division is being structured for O'Malley's benefit. It's actually really wild. Like if you look here at the bantamweight rankings, like it's just wild to me the way that the bantamweight division is getting structured for O'Malley. I understand why they're doing it. He's a star. He's not Conor. He's not the next Conor like they wanted him to be. But when you look at the layout of the division, Peter Yan probably going to fight Umar. Sandhagen and Davison Figueiredo just booked against each other. Song Yadong just fought. 7 Chito Veras fighting 10 Mario Batista. Rob Font just fought. Henry Cejudo just fought. Jose Aldo got booked against Zahabi. McGee and Jackson don't have fights booked. That basically only leaves Kyler Phillips, and Peter Yan's not going to fight all the way down that way. Umar's not going to fight all the way down that way. And Sean O'Malley is teammates or some sort of sparring partners at MMA Lab with Kyler Phillips, if I'm not mistaken. And so it really, as far as O'Malley's next possible fight, the options were Peter Yan rematch, maybe Umar, and Sandhagen. You know, you also have the Aldo and Cejudo's floating around down here because they're big names. Really, O'Malley's not going to fight someone outside of the top 5. And I thought it was going to be Sandhagen. When Sandhagen got booked against Figueiredo, I thought it was going to be Peter Yan. But now that I'm looking at it, the bantamweight division didn't need to get booked this way, and they decided to do it anyway because they want O'Malley with the belt. And I have a feeling that with Topuria and Holloway leaving the featherweight division to go up to 155 and Alex Volkanovski nearing retirement, he's probably got 2 or 3 fights left, they're going to need a new face of the featherweight division. And for some reason, I don't think that it is Diego Lopez, especially because I think that Volkanovski is going to beat Diego Lopez. And then you also have Brian Ortega in the top 10 as well at featherweight, who's going to move up to 55. I actually think that their plan is, hear me out, guys, clip this for when it happens. O'Malley to rematch Merab. If he wins, they're going to have him fight for double champ status at 145 against Volk or Lopez. If he wins, because we got a bunch of big names at 35, 45 needs a star added to it. I'm not saying they're lacking stars completely. They have Volkanovski, Lopez is growing. And then you also have some guys that have a little bit of headlines around them. You know, Gene Silva, Bryce Mitchell, those guys are all, you know, the division's not in bad shape, but I think that an O'Malley addition to it, especially with how big he is for the weight class at 135 and taking out that 135 weight cut, O'Malley might be like an amazing 145er. While O'Malley does not deserve this title shot at all, and they're structuring the booking of the division basically for O'Malley, it's the definition of Dana White privilege. I think they're doing this to move O'Malley up to 145 pounds. But overall, a confusing announcement. Confusing but not surprising is how I'll say it. Because the rest of the division's basically booked up minus, in that like 10 to 15 range. And then in the top 10, a bunch of guys just fought. So what we're probably going to get at 135 pounds is O'Malley Merab rematch, Peter Yan Umar. We already have Corey Figueiredo booked. Song Yadong probably going to fight probably a Cejudo rematch, I could see. Chito Mario Batista, probably the winner gets like a Davison Figueiredo. We'll see. And then down here, you know, we got a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter in this 10 to 15 range. Montel Jackson's not booked. McGee's not booked. Aldo versus Zahabi doesn't make any sense, but they're formatting this division with the idea of making Sean O'Malley, or at least not making him champ again, but giving him a chance to become champ again and then move up to 145. Because if you remember, O'Malley said very clearly that he wanted to win the bantamweight belt, defend once or twice, and move up to 145. We'll see if that happens, but I honestly think O'Malley's a 45er. If he fights Merab, gets the belt, I think his next fight is for the 145-pound belt. Like an O'Malley versus Volk, that'd be a sick main event. So let me know what you guys think. Although it's undeserved, what do you think? Are you cool with O'Malley getting another title shot? Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. All that good YouTube stuff really helps me out a lot. If you want access to bonus content, become a channel member through the link below this video or the join button on our channel homepage. If you're interested in some non-MMA content from me, go check out my podcast, What's Up Bro, with Wyatt and Bo, linked below this video. Go watch this suggested video, and I'll see you next time.